Hello, podcasters, and welcome back to another episode where we have George Orwell and John Howells joining us. Do you guys have anything to discuss?
I have a lot to discuss, actually. I put my life on the line for this book. It was a political statement. I was on a watch list, in my own country. You went and butchered what I worked so hard on. Turned it into a little kids movie. How dare you?
It was for ratings, okay? The wider range of audience who watches the movie gives me more money. But that's basically all I changed. A few scenes and characters here and there, but I kept all the main plots.
What kinds of scenes and characters?
Well, first, I made a few small tweaks in the first chapter with the order of the animals coming into the barn to listen to Old Major. That's very minor. Also, I may have shortened Old Major's speech and changed when he died.
Only shortened? Not only did you shorten the speech, you made Old Major speak with a kinder manner. I wanted Old Major to be strong and stern. So I started the speech with comrades, but you made Old Major seem like a withered old grandpa. In your movie, you made him start as, my dear friends. You even changed Boxer's death to an incoherent ramble of noises. Benjamin was meant to be built up as a silent old man, but all he amounted to was a loyal friend trying to save a comrade. All the dramatic tension is more often than not present in your adaptation, with most of the important moments being ruined by screeching noises of your stupid donkeys.
Any other characters you did not mention in your movie?
Well, there were a couple.
Horses?
Yes, correct. Molly and Clover. I just didn't think that they had any distinguishable role in the book. They were just a fill-in character that I did not need in the movie. Look, I'm not gonna just sit here and defend myself for creating a well-rated movie. I'm here to discuss the differences, so f*** you.
Okay, guys, calm down.
Molly and Clover were meant to represent the people of the society. Molly was meant to be the higher class, the one who didn't have to pay almost any taxes. And Clover was meant to be part of the working class, the ones who worked hard. You just completely got rid of them.
Was the original message of the story maintained through the movie?
Definitely not. It was f***ing bullshit. The original message was completely muddled with lies and completely incoherent noises of the animals trying to speak.
F*** you, that's fun. That's f***ing bull.
Okay, guys, calm down. Okay, guys, moving on to the next question. Director, why did you make the changes you did?
Putting your book into the movie, of course I had to shorten things. I had to shorten all the unnecessary characters, scenes, and whatever, but I maintained all the main plots and all the main characters who actually had a main role in the book. Nothing major was changed in the movie. I would never do that because that just butchers the book. I know. I just made it easier to understand for the audience, especially with the movie commandments. You worded your commandments very weirdly. Whatever goes upon 4 legs or has wings is a friend. Mine was very easy. 4 legs good, 2 legs bad.
Bull, you changed them to make them easier. All you did was make them so simple that they don't have any deeper meaning left in them.
They both have the same meaning.
My commandments, it was more...
They both have the same meaning.
It was about
One's
the
just
literature,
shorter.
not the literal meaning. It was meant to represent something, you dick.
Okay, guys, calm down. Do you think using a movie medium adds to the story's value?
Of course. Many animals act like humans. How are you supposed to see that in your mind without having a visual display?
The movie medium did nothing but water down the story. It did nothing to add to any effect whatsoever. All it did was make the animals sound more annoying and more useless. In the book, you can imagine the scenes for yourself. You can see the animals talking to each other without having them speak English. But in the movie, they're all just making noises, being annoying little...
Mr. Orwell, if you had made the movie, what would you have changed?
Well, if I'd made the movie, first of all, I wouldn't be a useless. Secondly, I would have made the animals seem more natural. I would have made them speak English so that the children wouldn't be afraid for their lives when the donkey's screeching at the top of his fucking lungs. I would have made the animals more anthropomorphic and made them more human-like.
That's where you got it all wrong. We got to think about ratings. All the kids who want to see this movie, because it's animated.
So first of all, Mr. Director, what is your opinion on the book?
Well, obviously, I had to think that it was somewhat good as I made a movie out of it. But the literature that you use, the words that you use, are not comprehensible for a lot of the audience.
And Mr. Orwell, what was your opinion on the movie?
Well, I think the movie was created for brain-dead audiences because it had no deeper meaning. it had no message that was clear. Well, the message was clear that you shouldn't promote communism. It's a toxic cancer to society. But the movie seemed to be created for children of the age of 3. They don't understand anything. They need to have everything spelled out for them. And the donkeys, well, they're so scary. No one but a baby can watch it.
And what do you think of the argument that the movie makes it more visually clear to the audience what the meaning is?
Well, the movie might make it more visually clear in terms of illustrations, but that doesn't help the point that the movie simply gets rid of the entire hidden meaning of the message.
That is rather false. The main point of the movie was to see that at the end of the movie, well, the pigs turn into the humans. Well, they seem undistinguishable from the humans. The book does not explain this clearly. The book states, Clover is unable to discriminate the pigs from the humans at this point. However, in the movie, we can clearly see the pigs turn to humans as Benjamin watches on.
Well, I think that in the movie, when the transition actually happens, the dramatic effect is way less than in the book, when the reveal is much more grandeur.
That is also false, actually. As the pigs change, you can see all the emotions from the animals. They're all shocked, and so the audience. I think I portrayed that very well in the animation. So, fuck off.
You!
You too.
You!
Guys, calm down now. Okay, guys, moving on to the next question. Mr. Orwell, wouldn't you think that the movie enables a completely different audience to see the same story in a similar way?
Well, yeah, the movie does open the story up to more audiences, but I don't think I want those audiences if they're watching those kind of movies and being entertained.
They may not be entertained, but at least they learn something. These kids growing up, they watch this film, and they learn that communism is not the way, and, well, there are other ways to live in a society together, which is much better than communism, of course.
The movie diminishes the point of the story so much that the children might as well watch the movie thinking, oh, donkeys are terrifying.
What do you think of the sequences that were changed from the book to the movie?
Well, I think I did quite a good job, actually, like, especially with Mr. Jones. He had no part of the Battle of the Windmill in the book. I gave Mr. Jones a bigger, greater, more important role in the movie because I think he deserved that. He was like the scary villain before the pigs, of course. So I made him, well, blow up the windmill. Whilst in the book, of course, it was just a boring old fight which toppled it over.
Mr. Orwell, wouldn't you agree that the music in the movie adds a lot to the storyline and makes it clear to the audience what's happening?
Well, I would agree on that point, since the music and visual effects oftentimes aid the dramatic effect of the story. But I do believe that someone with a more imaginative mind might be able to compensate for that even while they're reading the book.
You know what? You.
No, you.
Have you just come here to degrade my movie?
Maybe
Sneak
I
shit
have.
on me?
Maybe I have.
Well, you then. You.
retard.
Alright, I
Mongoloid.
think that's where it ends for this week.
You.
Alright.
You too. Wait, you taking his side?
Beat him up.
Yeah. You.
Alright, I think this is it for this week. Tune in next
Shut
time.
the f*** up.
Guys, you need to calm down.